The official opposition, Christina Gray.
What a great room to be in tonight. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. As we start, I want to acknowledge that we are gathered on traditional Treaty 6 territory and recognize that this is land that the Métis people share a very deep connection with. I am Christina Gray. I am the MLA in Edmonton Millwoods. And thank you for that wonderful introduction, because today is the 1-year anniversary of being made the leader of the official opposition. And ladies and gentlemen, I couldn't be happier to pass that title on. Because it is a great time to be an Alberta New Democrat. Do you not agree? I would like to introduce to you the MLA for Edmonton-Strathcona, our leader, Naheed Nenshi.
What a room, what a night! Well, thank you, Christina. I'm sorry to be taking your job. I am so happy, I am so honored, I am so humbled to be here with all of you, because all of you made this happen. So to the volunteers, to the campaign teams, to everyone who knocked on doors, got on phones, talked to their neighbors, thank you, thank you, thank you. You powered this campaign and you delivered this win. And a word to all the other candidates, to all the other parties, stepping up is hard. And I'm deeply grateful that every single one of you has stepped up. Running for office is not easy. Oh yes. This is my 5th election in 12 months, just saying. Not easy. But democracy is so much better because of you, and thank you to every single one of you. I want to say a special thank you as well to the families and to the loved ones of those who stepped up to run in these 3 by-elections. It is hard to be a family member of an elected official. Nobody knows that more than my own family, who are all sitting in the front row here. So, thank you to my mother, to my nieces, Asha and Sophia, to my brother-in-law, Elnur, and to the person who bothers you every day on social media, my sister, Shaheen. I've got the best support team and the best pit crew you could ever have, so thank you all for letting me do this again. They all told me not to. But most of all, let's say thank you to the voters. To the voters of Edmonton-Strathcona, to the voters of Edmonton-Ellerslie, to the voters of Olds Didsbury Three-Hill, for putting your trust in all of us. So a major congratulations, and I'll get the chance to congratulate him in person shortly. And I hate counting my chickens, and they tell me I have to wait for the advance polls, but I'm not going to do it. So I am going to say a special thank you to our MLA-elect for Edmonton-Ellerslie, Gurtej Singh Brar. Gurtej, you didn't just run an outstanding campaign. You spent your life leading in your community. You served, you stood up for your community. Edmonton-Ellerslie saw that, and Edmonton-Ellerslie is about to get an extraordinary MLA. And I want to tell you a little bit about someone whose birthday it is today. 4 weeks ago, we were a bit surprised by a 3rd by-election. And almost immediately, someone stood up and said, I'm going to do it because I am proud to be a New Democrat in rural Alberta. And we could not have asked for a better candidate than Bev Taves in Old Didsbury Three Hills. Her courage showed us all that change is possible, even in places where many have written off. She stood up for rural families, public education, strong public health care, and most important, she stood up for Canada at a time where sometimes it's hard to do that. We're waiting on the numbers, the final numbers, but I think I'll have some exciting things to say about how we ended up there. But I am so proud to have Bev on Team Alberta, on Team Canada, and on Team Alberta New Democrat. I want to give my immense gratitude for so many people across this province who really made these by-elections work. So first of all, let's hear it for our 3 extraordinary campaign managers. Let's hear it for Ryan, for Sandra, and for Jasmine. Let's hear it for all of our Constituents Association executive members, especially my team in Edmonton-Strathcona. To the party staff, to the volunteers, to the supporters, you've really delivered tonight. And I want to say one other special thank you. Over here, you see a bunch of very excited people. Folks, this is part of the largest New Democrat opposition caucus in Alberta's history, and I am proud to serve alongside every single one of these as your Alberta New Democrat MLAs. This is your result. It's your victory. It's your inroads that we made tonight, and I am deeply grateful. You've always heard me say I live my life in gratitude. Today is easy to be grateful for every one of you. And for me personally, I want to give a special thank you to the people of Edmonton-Strathcona. You've welcomed me to your neighborhood, your fantastic, amazing, marvelous neighborhood so warmly. You've made me really feel at home. And I promise that I will be your #1 advocate. And I promise that I will be the best MLA I can be for the people of Edmonton-Strathcona. And speaking of the neighbors in Edmonton-Strathcona, a special thank you to one of them who served Edmonton-Strathcona so well for so long. You know her name. So Rachel Notley, thank you for your trust in me, your leadership, and your friendship. Your feet may be tiny, but your shoes are big. And I hope that I can fill them for you. So, a year ago yesterday, I was elected leader of the Alberta New Democrats. It has taken me a year to get a seat in the legislature. But who's counting? Everybody is counting. Journalists, MLAs, internet trolls, my mother. But here we are. We're not just celebrating a win, but we're celebrating the beginning of something so much better. It's not about one riding, it's not about one person, it's not about 3 ridings and 3 people. It's about what we can do together starting now. So let's be clear. Danielle Smith and the UCP have now lost 3 by-elections since Danielle Smith became Premier. And looking at the early numbers, they've massively reduced their lead in the 4th because voters are rejecting the UCP's failures. Voters sent a clear message tonight. The UCP doesn't have a plan for a better future, but Alberta's New Democrats do. On jobs. Let's build an economy where people don't have to leave the province to earn a good living, where young people can feel excited and hopeful about their future right here in Alberta, where unions are respected, where workers can come home every day safe with a little bit of money in their pockets. It's not complicated, but an economy that works is an economy of jobs and an economy that works for workers. Albertans work hard. Life in Alberta shouldn't feel like a monthly test of survival. You shouldn't have to hold your breath every time you open your utility bill, or worry if this is the month your rent or mortgage finally becomes unaffordable. You shouldn't be choosing between groceries and gas. You shouldn't be wondering how you'll cover car insurance if everything else goes wrong. All Albertans deserve a life where a great, affordable life is within reach. And every Albertan needs to know that should someone fall ill, they will not fall into catastrophic ruin, that there will be a public healthcare system there for them when and where they need it. Whether it's an emergency, a specialist, someone to call when your kid spikes a fever, you need to get a family doctor. We cannot abide any longer by people living in constant pain because the UCP would rather pay their friends to open private surgical facilities than get people the surgeries they need now. You've often heard me talk about how my whole life, everything I have in my life comes from an outstanding public education system. And every single child in this province deserves the best possible start, not just in life, but every single morning when they walk into their classroom. It means smaller class sizes. It means strong public schools in every community. It means teachers who are supported, respected, and given the tools to help students thrive. It means looking after education assistants and ensuring every single student in this province achieves the best education, public education, in the world. And none of that happens without clean air to breathe, clean water to drink, and pristine land to live upon. So we need to protect our watersheds, our farmlands, our ranches, our mountains, and very clearly, no coal mining in the Rocky Mountains. One of the things that has surprised me a little bit over the course of this campaign of speaking at people's doors in all three of those ridings is just how much people in this province don't always feel safe in their communities, don't feel safe on their streets, don't feel safe on public transit. Safety isn't just about responding to crime. Safety is about dealing directly with the root causes of crime. And that means that we gotta do a better job. We got to do a better job, yes, on ensuring that enforcement and police is there when we need it, instead of playing around with the Alberta Provincial Police and the RCMP, ensuring that people have the police services that they can rely upon. But it also means ensuring that vulnerable people are safe. And yes, it also means a real crackdown on organized crime, something that this government seems to have completely forgotten about. So that means housing. It means mental health care. It means addiction support. It means investing in what works, because every single person deserves to feel safe on every street in this province. But if we get one message from today, that message should be that Albertans have, across this province, resoundingly rejected the UCP's plans for taking Alberta out of Canada. Albertans believe in a strong Alberta. Albertans believe in a strong Canada. And we will fight for this country, and we will fight for it every single day. So tomorrow, we'll sleep in a little bit. Not me, I have a 7 a.m. start. But as of about 11 a.m. tomorrow, we all will get to work. We'll be building the Alberta that we all deserve. Yes. Meanwhile, the Premier tomorrow She will be not listening to what the messages that she got from Albertans today because she never does. And tomorrow you will see that the Premier will be doubling down on separatism. Tomorrow she'll be talking about the ridiculous panel that she's going to create to stoke fire and anger and division and hatred, because that's all she's got. And she has no mandate for any of this. So today Albertans reminded her that that is not the government that they want. And it's our job to keep reminding this government and reminding Albertans every single day that it's New Democrats who stand up for our country. It's New Democrats who will stand up for Alberta and Canada every single day. And friends, tonight is just the beginning. There is work to do, and we are ready to do it. And what we really learned from these 3 by-elections is the UCP will do anything to win. They will throw everything at their campaigns. They will use every dirty trick, endless money, and we saw that every day on the streets in Edmonton-Ellerslie in particular, and it didn't work. Because Albertans are way smarter than the Premier gives us credit for. We're way smarter than she thinks we are. Because Albertans know that we deserve better. Because Albertans know that better is possible. And in 2 years, inshallah, Albertans will elect a new government. A better government, a more ethical government, a more competent government, a government that cares for them. In short, in 2 years, Alberta will elect an Alberta New Democrat government. Thank you all.